Hello, my name is Scott and I'm the owner of NearZero, and today I'd like to talk to you about backpacking with families, specifically about backpacking with young kids and how to allow them and help them carry their own backpacks. Today I'll be highlighting a backpack that weighs just over 3 pounds. My wife and I have been backpacking with our kids for many years. We have 5 children and we have bookend boys. Our oldest is 19 years old and our youngest is 6 years old. And we have 3 girls in between. And we've had dozens, if not over 100 backpacking experiences with our children. Whether it's one-on-one with just dad and my daughter, or myself and our son, or I'll take out multiple kids, or just my wife and I, or my wife and I and one of our children, or the entire family. We love getting in the outdoors and connecting with our kids. But something that has made a huge difference is we can finally do it once the kids can carry their own packs. When my oldest was 6 years old, we lived in Portland, Oregon, and my son was carrying his own pack and it weighed 12 to 15 pounds. So for a 6-year-old, 7-year-old, 8-year-old to be carrying a pack 15 pounds is very, very heavy. And as a young father, my backpack weighed 50 to 60 pounds. Way, way too heavy. But yet we still did it. That's all we could afford was the heavier backpacking gear. Over the years, we started to drop the weight and make the pack smaller, but certainly starting off, it was very, very hard to do. So we couldn't find that kind of gear, and certainly we couldn't afford it. So that's what I'll be mentioning here today. This pack here weighs 3 pounds. 3 pounds, or just over 3 pounds. With the items that I'll be discussing today. My 6-year-old now carries this backpack. The same 6-year-old, my youngest, he started backpacking with me when he was 2 years old. So soon after he started walking, he was backpacking with me. And he was carrying his very own backpack. This wasn't dad putting on the backpack and putting the child behind him or carrying him. We would backpack into a spot a half a mile in distance or even a mile in distance, and just taking it really slow, but having him carry his own backpack. And that made a huge difference, both for me and for him. He felt more independent. He felt like he was like dad and like his older siblings and carrying his own stuff. And for us, we just had to slow it down and to have snacks and do that along the way. But here in his backpack, let me share a little bit about what's in here. We have all the key essentials. So he's got a sleeping pad. Very thin pad. It's not very thick, but it has some thermal insulation in it to allow a sleeping bag to be a little bit warmer, but doesn't require a lot of breaths to blow up, so he's able to blow it up. We have a sleeping pillow. So this is an inflatable pillow. It's very squishy. It's made with spandex material, and excellent, great thing to help them have their head a little bit off the ground. Also in here we have a headlight. So they carry their own light. Once you get to the campsite, you want them to be able to quickly find their headlight. This specific one is a NearZero one, very affordable, around $10 to $15, and it's got a motion sensor on it. So super fun, especially for the kids around the campfire. They love doing this all night, and helps them not have to find the switch when their fingers are so small. Or if it gets too annoying, which many times it does, there's certainly just an on-off switch you can do as well, with 3 different light settings. So great thing to have in their pack. It's rechargeable. And then the biggest thing is the sleeping bag. So this sleeping bag weighs just 1 pound. It's what makes such a compact bag possible. So this thing is rated for about 45 degrees. It's water resistant, so you don't have to worry about the down feathers getting too wet if you had a little bit of water hitting on it. It comes in a compressible bag like this. And it is amazing. It is certainly a large adult can use it, or a child. Let me share that with you real quick. So this is what it looks like in a mesh sack. In the mesh bag, we'll open it up, and you can see what it looks like. So this is that same teeny tiny 1 pound sleeping bag, and you can put 2 of these together. So if you want your child to sleep in with you, with mom or with dad, or mom and dad, you can put 2 of these together and they'll zip up as one large queen size type of sleeping bag. But super comfortable, made of 850 plus down fill. So this is power down, and it lofts really quickly, really easily. It has a drawstring at the top here to keep that heat in there. It has a draft tube in it so you don't get the cold air coming in, and it's rated for about 45 degrees. So certainly with more clothing on them, a beanie cap and things, you can drop that temperature down even more. But you can also fold it over the top of them or underneath of them if they don't need the full length. Like I said, this thing goes out to about 75 inches, just over 6 feet long, so even an adult can use it as well. But for kids, this is a wonderful, wonderful sleeping bag that's so compactable and small, and allows that pack to be just teeny tiny. The last thing I keep in here is a chair. So this is certainly not an essential. But for Arizona, we don't have a lot of logs, and I love it when my kids, and they love it when they can sit around the fire and they feel big. They can sit up on a chair and just slow things down, enjoy that hot chocolate a little bit more, enjoy your dinner, easier to roast those marshmallows, and a chair can make a huge, huge difference. This specific one is just a pocket-sized one. It's just like this here. It's compacts real small, and sometimes they can be a little difficult to fold up, but this one just crosses and folds like this, and then it goes inside of a small little pouch. But that's one option. Then they unfold. Like I said, sometimes they can get a little tangled up based upon if you don't do it just right. And there's lots of different styles of stools that you can use out there. But this one here, it will fold up. Like I said, sometimes it's hard just to get them in the right slots. But this one goes up and down like that. A little more simple, right? Just a standard stool like this. But once again, it's not an essential, but certainly can make that experience even better for your child, and allows that independence for them to carry their own gear. So you have a chair in there. This chair specifically, this chair weighs 11 ounces. So 3/4 of a pound makes a lot within this pack. So we have a sleeping bag, we have a pad in there, you put a pillow, you have a headlight, and now there's still plenty of room for their clothing, some jammies in there, pajamas, and like I said, my son started at 2 years old, so I don't wait for after the diaper phase to start the backpacking. So they'll carry a diaper in here, a pull-up, maybe a beanie cap, extra socks, and then they carry their own snacks in here. He carries his own water bottle or a Gatorade. And so now when we're hiking in, we take plenty of stops and let him take, or her, take the snacks out of their pack, take their drink out of their pack. And after those things, it weighs less than 5 pounds. This thing, with all the essentials, weighs just over 3 pounds with a chair that's 11 ounces. If you don't believe me, we'll show this real quick. Here's a scale, and we'll put that thing on the scale. You can see here, it registered at 3 pounds, 5 ounces. 3 pounds, 5 ounces, and all those essentials with the chair, sleeping bag, pad, pillow, headlight is absolutely incredible. And this is what it's all about, is my wife and I have learned that if we can get our kids out in the outdoors with us, it just allows us to connect together as a family that much closer. And it's something I've wanted to pass on to my own kids, and with such lightweight gear, that enables them to do that. That's the inspiration behind NearZero, enabling kids to get out and experience nature. Allow a kid to be a kid. Getting them away from the electronics, getting out under the stars within a hammock, and just reading a book out there, reading a book with them out there, and being around a campfire and having those bonding moments as a family is huge. Being in a tent and seeing the stars at night and telling those stories. And then a huge thing too is as you're hiking in or hiking out, slow it down. Allow your kids to explore. Pick up a rock. If they do, have them put it in their own backpack. Let them experience the additional weight. But then also if there's streams or safe places that they can put, a stick and let it go down like a boat, or stopping and having a drink or a snack or a piece of candy. letting them see the birds, letting them see the squirrels and the chipmunks. It helps their mind, it helps them connect with nature, helping them respect nature and to learn that there's something bigger than them. And with mom or dad or an adult taking them out, it starts them out young to respect that and to feel safe being in that environment. And you certainly do not have to be an expert in order to do it. You can start anywhere. That's what, like I said, is NearZero's mission, is to help people, enable them to get out affordably and enjoy it. And we look forward to continuing to hearing from you. Any ideas or things that you may want to see in these videos, please let me know. If you enjoyed today's video, give us a thumbs up, or just give us feedback and some comments, and we love to hear from you.